Hello YouTube, Chachi is back. In today's video is about how we're gonna make an automatic table of content in a Microsoft Word. So in order to make a table of content, we will follow the four basic steps of making an automatic table of content, which is starting from heading, then numbering, reference, and finally we will get our table of content. So in order to make the table of content, first we need file, which is it have some materials on it. So I have a document here. I have prepared a document. So let us make our table of content. In beginning the table of content, as I have said earlier, we need a heading before we start other steps. So the heading section is on the right top corner of our Word document. Here we have heading 1, heading 2, 3, 4. Based on we can add more than headings. This heading, the purpose of this heading is providing a section, which is you may have a title, then a subsection of the title, then subsection, which is in order to show which hierarchical explanation of a file or material or a resource. So let us give a heading for each section. So the first, which is the computer system, will be, as you can see here, let us give it heading 1, which is the first, the title. And also component of computer system, let us give it also again heading 1, which is they are on similar group. Then after, which is under the components of computer system, let us give this hardware component another title, which is subsection of this one. So let us give it this heading 2 section, which is heading 2. And under heading 2 section, we will have 2 subsections, input device and keyboard. So let us give for this 2 subsections, which is heading 3 and heading 3. So please follow me until the end of the video. It will help you to make easily. Don't get bored when you get the result. It will make you more happy. So heading 1, which is computer system. So let us give this section. So in order to give this heading 1, first let us modify our heading 1. So right click on it and click modify. Then you will control every formats of the heading 1. So once you give this formatting, it will be set until you change for any purpose. So we give Times New Romans and size, which is, for example, let's make it 15, and bold, and the color, which is, let us make it automatically black. Then okay. So here we have 2 heading 1s. So let us mark computer system and give heading 1. So let's remove this heading 1, and component of computer system, same goes, heading 1. So let us remove this one, heading 1. And the second part is heading 2. So before we give the heading 2 section here, we should have to modify, or we should have to do the same thing that we did on heading 1. So right click on heading 2, then modify, then change way of writing, which is Times New Romans. We give 15 for heading 1, so let's make 1 less, which is 14, and bold, then automatically black, then okay. So here we have hardware components. So let us make it heading 2, right? Then remove this H2 from it. Then under hardware components, we will have 2 heading 3s. So in order to have these 2 heading 3s, in order to change the heading, let us make the same thing we did in heading 1 and heading 2 before we give the specification. So heading 3, then modify, then times, then we give 14, then let us make it 13, and let us make it italics 13, and italics. We are now going to make it bold. Then the color, let us make it black. So okay, so here we can make input devices heading 3. As you can see, it turned into italic, and we did not make it bold, so it's not bold. And keyboard, which is under heading 3, so we will click heading 3. The reason why we made modify for each of these heading 1, heading 2, heading 3 is once you make the modification, then you will use it simply for every files that you have once you make the specification for each of the headings. So we finished the heading section, which is heading 1, and the same goes here, heading 1, this one heading 2, heading 3, and heading 3 again. So after we finish the heading, then the second step here, as I said earlier, is numbering. So in order to give numbering, so it's the first title, so we will give number 1, right? Then components of computer system, it's on the same heading section, which is heading 1. As you can see here, when I click in it, heading 1, so we will make what? 2. Then hardware components, another title, which is under heading 2, which is subsection of this one. So when it is subsection, we will put 2.1 point space. Sorry, 2.1 point space, which is subsection of component of computer system, which is heading 2. Then we will have here another input device title, which is under heading 3, which is the subsection of 2.1. So we will give what? 2.1.1 point space. Here it is, which is the third subsection. And another keyboard, which is heading 3, which is subcategory of hardware component. So we have 2.1.1, so here it will be what? 2.1 point, 2 point space. Here it is, the third, the second heading under hardware component. So we've finished the numbering. Then the third step will be reference. So in order to create a reference, first we should have to select the place. Where do you want to have your table of content? So table of content will be before what? Before the document. So we will click on the top of the document. Then we click a reference, and then under reference we will have table of content, which is an automatic. So you click on it, and you, as the title says, automatic table 1, automatic table 2. Any from the option you can select anything that you want, which is based on your type. So let us select the first one, automatic table 1. As you can see, our table of content is provided, which is computer system number 1, component of computer system number 2, then hardware under the component, and also input device and keyboard under the components of hardware components. So you can even check this, which is by removing bold. When I change it here bold, it should have to be, sorry, this one should have to be changed, which is on the input devices. We did not make a bold here italic, both of them are italic. So let us make we did make a change here, input device is not bold, so but on the table of content is bold. So in order to see the change, we will click on it and update table, then what? Update entire table. Then okay, as you can see here, the bold of input device numbering is changed. So you can update every time when you make a change in your table by clicking update the entire table, or when you change which is the numbers, when you change updates the numbers, when you need, if you change the numbers. But most of the time, click on update entire table and you can update your table of content entirely. So this is the video for creating an automatic table of content. If it is helpful, give me comment, subscribe my channel. Thank you. Chachi out.